The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
Hank Arnold here from Cowie to Force. Cowie to Force is Newnan's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowitoforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Good morning. Welcome to WQEE 99.1. I'm Donna.
And I am Bruce.
And this is
Lyrical Wisdom.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I really truly am.
I feel the same way. I feel like I'm doing amazing. I got to listen to your show right before this, and that was just amazing. It was rejuvenating.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
It was something that I really felt resonated with me was that word was rejuvenating and restoring.
Oh, wow.
And that was just beautiful.
Well, you know, when you breathe in love, that's what happens.
That is. And
the breath of life.
It is amazing how just a little bit of love
can go a long way.
I am very excited. And I hope everybody out there had a very happy Valentine's Day. What do you call a very small Valentine?
Oh, I don't know.
A Valentine.
I love it. Thank you. Yay.
I hope my wife was listening to that because I have all kinds of corny jokes. I'm very excited about this song, though, this morning.
Yes, this came from Linda Vid, our beautiful, beautiful manager over at House of Light. She helps run the whole shop for us and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and she reached out to us.
Yes.
And requested this. So we are doing this request from Linda Vid today.
Yes, we are. And I have to admit that it was just kind of a really strong connection that I felt to this song when I saw it. And so I'm really excited about this, and I think that this is going to be really enjoyable.
Thank you. I do too.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Shall we dig in?
Let's dig in.
So the song today is Dreams by Priscilla Ah.
I think that's how you would pronounce it, Priscilla On. Yeah.
Okay. Dreams. I was a little girl, alone in my little world, who dreamed of a home for me, who dreamed of a little home for me. I played pretend between the trees and fed my house guests bark and leaves and laughed in my pretty bed of green. I had a dream that I could fly from the highest swing. I had a dream. Long walks in the dark through woods grown behind the park. I asked God who I'm supposed to be. The stars smiled down on me. God answered in silent reverie. I said a prayer and fell asleep. I had a dream that I could fly from the highest tree. I had a dream. Now I'm old and feeling gray. I don't know what's left to say. About this life I'm willing to leave. I lived it full and I lived it well. There's many tales I've lived to tell. I'm ready now. I'm ready now. I'm ready now to fly from the highest wing. I had a dream.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that is so powerful.
That is so powerful.
It makes me want to cry. Because
I felt the exact same way. We got to the end of that song, and I thought that that had a little bit of take a breath, Bruce. And it just is beautiful. It is poetic. It is so. It's like ancient poetry.
I have to address this first because it is so much on my heart right now. I had a dream.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, that's what this life is.
Yes. Yes.
We get to create our reality.
Yes.
What can you dream into life?
Absolutely.
What can you love into life
yes.
right now?
Yes. Right in this moment, how you feel and what you think and how you're experiencing this existence. Yes. Yes. So that, and I love the fact that we are saying the word love. I love the fact that this emotion is a true part of what we're discussing too, because I feel like that is a part of what helps us create.
Oh yes, it is creation.
Yeah,
that's that part of us.
Yeah, and
called God.
and it is that borrowing something I heard earlier today, opening of that heart space to allow that creation. Yeah. And that is what I truly think of. What our dreams are, what our life is. It is like a dream.
It is the dream.
It is.
People talk about it a lot in a way. I woke up. Talk about being awake.
Yes.
And I believe the being awake here now on this planet we call home, Earth, is the realization of who we really are.
Yes.
And that, yes, we are pretty much living a dream.
Yes.
Because we get to create it in each and every moment. And understanding that begins to help us create it in a better way.
Oh my goodness, yes.
In a more loving way.
In a much more loving way. Yes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree more.
It's when I was a little girl, alone in my little world, who dreamed of a little home for me. So, there is something about that childlike curiosity.
Oh my goodness, yes.
The young, free openness to whatever there is.
Yeah.
And the beautiful, uncensored ability to dream.
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh my gosh. I can even remember dreams I had. I can remember dreams I had when I was young. I can remember them very clearly. But it is that time when things can be so magical.
Yes.
And so of course, I believe that it is magical when you are, experiencing this world for the first time. You are kind of alone in your little world, and it is kind of a dream of a little home, because in reality that is just what you are seeing and experiencing. It is this magical world of complete rebirth.
Yeah. Because there are no jobs.
No, yeah, it is.
All that stuff that causes us stress and anxiety in our life doesn't exist when you're a young child.
Nope, yeah.
You are in your own little world,
exactly.
Which is absolutely beautiful. A lot of people don't understand it. They want to crush it and stop it because they think, you're being too selfish or whatever. But it's...
Give order to things. Yes.
No.
Yes, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the part that I like. Then it goes to, I played pretend between the trees and fed my house guests bark and leaves and laughed in my pretty bed of green. I love that because that is imagination.
Oh,
I love
Bruce, when I read that, I was just transported back because I did this.
Yeah.
I literally did this.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I remember taking grass and breaking it up and, putting it on a rock as a plate.
Of course.
And serving it to my pretend
Yes,
guests.
yes, of course.
And mud pies.
Oh my gosh, I was just going to say the mud pies. I think that's one of the most popular on the menu.
Yes.
And the
yes.
easiest
and
recipe.
to really eat them, too.
Yeah, well, holy cow, that was somewhere I did not go. But that's,
Well, you tried it, right?
I did try it.
Okay,
and
everybody
I can honestly
tries
say that
it.
I ate a lot of dirt. I ate some sticks. That is for sure. Sticks were pretzels. I don't know how that got connected, but
come on!
I know.
Pretzel sticks.
But that's the dream. I had a dream, and even though eating sticks, I know
lived that dream.
We did.
It was. I remember that. Yeah.
I could fly
yeah.
from the highest swing.
Yeah.
I had a dream, and no,
Yeah.
the dream doesn't have to be eating pretzels as pretzel sticks as bark or trees or sticks and leaves, but I would have to say that it is that dream of how we have our imagination and the love of everything around us. Everything is so magical that we can have those imaginatory, is that a new word? I think I made it up.
I love it.
I love it too. We can have those moments of imagination.
Yeah. And did you ever dream that you could fly?
Oh my goodness, yes.
All the time.
I am thinking of a dream that I had that I was flying from building to building right now. I'll never forget that dream. It was amazing. Some are so clear to me. I love them. And that's why I do believe that sometimes, how do we know what is the reality? Is the dream the reality? Or is the reality that we believe is reality, is that our reality?
Good question.
And I feel like I just had a little word salad there to go back to another episode we had. But then long walks in the dark through woods grown behind the park. I asked God who I'm supposed to be. I love that line because then it says, the stars smiled down on me. God answered in silent reverie. I said a prayer and fell asleep. I love that line. I love to look at the stars at night, especially when my wife Andrea gets home, and I just love to enjoy that moment if it's a clear night to see them because they're so magical.
Yeah.
And I do feel like that is a moment when the universe is smiling down on me, when I can see those beautiful stars and planets above me and that beautiful universe up there.
Well, first of all, I was going to say, do you remember the feeling you get when you do swing?
Yes.
And you go as high as you
As
can?
you can. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh,
It's amazing.
You do almost feel like you can fly.
You do
that
feel
if you
like
just
you can
let
fly.
go, you
And-
just keep soaring.
And I think that's what provokes or inspires people to then jump off sometimes, to go
guess so.
for it. Because, how many of us have then swung and jumped off the swing to fly for as long as we possibly can?
Yeah. And I think the long walks in the dark woods grown behind the park is that coming of age.
Oh,
is
yes.
the teenager understanding that shadow is in light. And,
Yes.
And light is in shadow.
Yes.
That there is yin yang in everything. There is a balance of light and dark.
I believe it to be somewhat of a maturity of the love.
Yeah.
Because in a way, that becomes more mature and more experienced and more wise as an emotion in us, I believe. Because that is the part that, that I believe can become wise. I know I'm able to acquire knowledge, but I know that love is just eternal. And so that's where I couldn't agree with you more. That's a beautiful way.
And I think everybody's asked God who they're
Oh my
supposed
gosh,
to be.
yes.
Right?
Yes. If I think it would be difficult to think of anybody, but I know for me, I've asked many times, what am I supposed to be? Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned the stars.
The stars,
Yeah.
they are these.
I love to look at them at night too, and I think for me, what happens when I look at the stars is I become part of the entire universe. when they do begin to sparkle.
Of course.
You know,
There's a
which
connection.
is smiling down at you.
Yes, yes. I felt one
You
with...
connect.
yeah, I felt
there's
one...
an expansiveness that happens within the physical body.
I felt that because we noticed that the moon was in that upside down, like
The
U
Cheshire
shape.
Cat
Yes,
smile.
the Cheshire Cat smile, and we've noticed that. And I look up, and I also noticed that I think it's Jupiter and Neptune are in line right there by the moon there. And when I saw that, I felt such a deep connection, like what you're talking about. It is palpable, and it was funny. You guys had mentioned getting goosebumps.
Yes.
That is the connection I feel there too. Yeah, and I feel like, for me, I had a dream.
Oh.
And I could fly from the highest tree. I had a dream, yes, because that is what that, you could say flying. What is the flying? Is it that sensation that you feel like what I'm describing when I had that connection with these planets and with the universe and the stars above? Or is it actually flying? Is it actually in the dream? Is it that feeling of love that we feel when we hug somebody?
Yeah, to me, that's what flying feels like.
Exactly.
Flying, to me, is freedom.
It's that amazing.
Yes. It's also this really, I don't know how to explain it except that it's a secureness also of all the air that is around you, that is holding you up. You feel safe.
You feel the hug.
Yes.
You feel like this organic, beautiful, universal hug. And it feels very bubbly. And I say that because I can't think of the word, but it's almost like you are underwater, but it's not water. It's like a little bit more gelatinous. And that is something that I think is palpable, But that speaks to the fact that we are truly living that dream, living it in real time. And I feel like this kind of resonates with me when I look in the mirror and I see my hair turning old and I'm feeling gray, but I don't feel like I'm old and gray. I just notice that, I'm a little older one day, a little grayer the next. And I wouldn't say that I don't know what's left to say about this life I'm willing to leave, but I do feel like this really resonates with me.
Right.
This
I think in this song, Dreams, she has gotten to that point, confirmation.
Yes. Yes.
That I believe she's at that point of the dream ending. In other words, life ending. She's in bed. She's ready. She's on her deathbed, so to speak.
Yes.
Is what I'm reading out of this line. But there's, to me, a time in your life when you begin to realize, and you're waking up, and understanding that this dream is life. And it's beautiful, and you can create it to your as infinite possibilities as you can dream.
Exactly.
As you can imagine.
It's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
And you can bring so much joy and love and happiness into your life, even when you're in that, what I call, winter season of your life.
Of course, yes.
Spring is the child, the birth.
Yes.
And you go through each season of life. So yes, I too am in the winter season of life. But for me, it's a beautiful place to be.
Yes.
When I see the gray and I see the lines, they're wisdom lines.
They are. They are.
It's understanding life a little better. And
it is.
Slowing down.
And slowing down.
And realizing that stress and anxiety and I've lived it full.
Yes.
And I've lived it well.
Yes.
And there's no need to push
for
anything more.
No.
I'm
I
the
love
many
that.
tales I've lived to
I
tell.
love that. I love that.
There's so many of them. I just got back from Bali. I mean, I have some beautiful tales to tell.
Of course,
Life is full of magic
Yes.
when we open ourselves and allow the magic to happen.
It is. And the I'm ready now, I'm ready now, I'm ready now to fly from the highest wing. I had a dream. I find that to also be a beautiful comment on being ready to transition.
Yeah.
And that part is beautiful to me because I've only tried to look into a little bit of stories that I found about the process of putting someone in a chamber where they desensitize them to almost everything around them. It's a desensory experience for them so that then they can feel like they almost really and truly feel an experience of
Floating and flying.
Floating and
Are we talking
flying and
about
rebirth
floats,
and yes,
float pods?
and
Yes.
and becoming kind of one and connected to the process of transitioning, if you will, because that is a part of it that some people experience, this experience of the other side, so to speak. In a way, I think it was described as the other world. And that's one of the theories of the Great Pyramid of Giza and the sarcophagus, that big granite sarcophagus, being vessels that could help people if, in a way, I don't know how they'd move those tops because some of them were huge and heavy, but I just, to give people an experience at the time of a rebirth. Because when they're finished with this experience and revived, or they come out of it from this dream, they then feel that some of them have been quoted as saying it's too bad that other people might not experience that, because then they would be looking forward to the transition more than being in fear of it.
Exactly.
And it's a love and a wisdom of that experience and what can be, because I'm ready now to fly from the highest wing. That really resonates with me, and that's what I believe that to be. It's not something that is a loss.
Right.
It is
right.
well, to say it in the words that most people understand, it's a reincarnation, it's a rejuvenation, a rebirth, a restoration, and it's a transition, but it's a transformation as well.
Yeah, I love that she said wing, because angels. I mean, that is the highest form of what we see as freedom.
Yes.
Airplanes
flying.
have wings.
No, it's
Birds, they
true.
fly.
Yes.
And we associate that other world with angels.
Yes.
And so, yes, being to fly from the highest wing
Yes.
is so magical.
It is.
Very,
It is.
very magical.
It
I
is.
will say that I was blessed to witness my father's crossing over, in which he was ready. He was ready to cross over, and it was such a beautiful transition. And I remember I ran outside and I looked up, and 3 birds flew right over my head.
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
I knew in that instant that they were carrying my father's spirit.
Yeah.
And that he was in one of those birds just flying away. That's what happens. It is a freedom in flight. We
it is.
literally fly from this physical body and are released
Yes.
into the love that is surrounding us all the time, that we sometimes can tap into if we open our heart
space. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it can be tricky to see it that way, because sometimes it can be overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I truly agree and believe that, because the journey is not over. This is a part of it, and
This is a dream.
This is a dream, and that is the need, I think, for me, is to see it that way, because I firmly believe that when I am in a dream state, I could be absolutely somewhere else,
Yeah.
being, another being somehow, some way,
Yeah,
so.
a lot of people do report that in their dreams they know that they're in another place.
Yes.
Doing something else.
Absolutely,
Someone
yeah.
else,
Yeah.
We've, science is now proving it, the quantumness of this universe. It's not just us.
No.
And we ourselves are so quantum.
We
that
are.
There's several of us.
It's so true. It's so true. I love the fact that we have the chakra and aura imaging that Lauren will be doing at our Love Affair event tomorrow from 11 to 5.
Yes.
And I love the fact that that's out there because it is something that I really would like to say that we kind of steal or take or borrow from science. Physics has been doing that for a very long time. Yeah. And that is one of the strangest things sometimes for me to wrap my mind around is, people look at the aura and the chakra as something that is so maybe magical and, a little bit separated from what they think of reality. But the reality is they have been being studied and photographed and videoed and these things. So it is a wonderful experience for people to actually partake in because science gives us this.
Yeah.
We have this ability to get these images. And I can't believe what a wonderful gift from Lauren to be able to provide that because, these are not dreams necessarily. We are living this dream.
Yeah.
And it is our, I want to say it is our reality for whatever we...
Well, if you live your dreams, what can you dream? And when you dream from the heart, that dream is your reality.
Yes, yes.
I can't help but Martin Luther King. he's in my head.
Yeah.
His whole movement was based upon
I have
a dream.
Yes. When we started this, and also reading it just resonated with me about him. He came to my heart and mind, I think, over and over again through the reading of that song. That's beautiful that you got. I remember one day you said on that microphone something about telepathy, and I feel that right now because I felt like that was happening. I think... I would like to say, if you have any requests, please send them into lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That is lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Or you could send them to 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. I love doing
I
this.
love doing this too. I'm so happy that we are here today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and all I can say is keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming. Keep your dreams alive. Dream of what this world can be when we all come together as one.
Absolutely.
Because the more dreams that can be, the more it will be.
Yes.
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 We will be one in this beautiful place we call Earth.
Yes.
Loved. Loved. So loved by
Yes.
Gaia herself.
Absolutely.
In her cacao and all her other gifts.
Yes. Yes.
The air that we breathe.
Everything.
Yes.
The water we drink.
Yes. Yep.
The magic water.
Yep. Yep. It is all part of us.
It
the
is.
fire, the earth, the water,
stars.
and the air.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yep. So, when you go to sleep tonight, have a dream. And then let that dream come true.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you all so much for listening to us here at Lyrical Wisdom.
Thank you.
We will see you next week on WQEE 99.1 FM. Thank you.
Thank you.